Hey guys, so today I am going to be doing a favorites video, and I haven't done a favorites video in a very long time. I think the last time I did a favorites video was probably in 2015, so it's been a couple of years. So it's coming towards the end of April now, or when you're watching this it might be already ended. I have some favorites for the month of April which I want to show you guys, and here it is. So a lot of the favourites I have in the month of April are beauty favourites because it is a beauty channel. So the first favourites I'm going to show you are two palettes. The reason why I'm showing two palettes is because I only just recently got this at the end of this month, so it's technically not part of this favourites video. Ever since I got it, I cannot stop using it. It is amazing. This palette I have been using throughout the month of April until I bought this palette basically. Two of my favourite palettes of this month is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palettes, and these are all matte colours which I love because I pretty much only work with matte colours with my eyeshadows. And I really like this colour as like a base colour for my eyeshadows because it's got a very warm undertone to it, and the rest are very kind of like neutral kind of cool tones. I really like my warm tone. Another thing I really like about this eyeshadow palette is the quality of the eyeshadows. They're really pigmented and they're so easy to blend, and I just love it. The Modern Renaissance palette, I wanted this ages ago actually, but it's always been out of stock. This is by Anastasia, Beverly Hills by the way, and it's always been out of stock for the longest time, and I got an email and it was just like back in stock, and I was just like, do I get it? Because yes, it is a pricey palette, so I was thinking to myself, do I get it? Do I not get it? But as you can tell, I got it in the end, and I really love the packaging. I really like the whole felt kind of velvet kind of, I don't really know what you call this material. I love the colour and everything, and most importantly I love the colours of the eyeshadows. These are the colours that I just gravitate towards. I really like warm colours. I really like the kind of reddish, purplish, pinkish colours. So I really love Red Ochre, Veterinarian Red, Love Letter, and Rilga, whatever, I don't really know. But this palette is the type of palette where I can use all of the colours, so it's not going to waste. None of these colours are going to be left unused. I haven't used all these colours yet because this is just new to me, this palette. The majority of these colours are matte, which you know I love. They've got a few ones which have a satin finish to it, shimmery ones, so they've got Primavera and Vermeer, and these are like quite sparkly iridescent colours which you could put like in the under corners of your eyes. I just really love the colours. The colours of this palette which made me want to get this palette, and I'm glad I did because it's nice. I'm wearing it today. Actually, I'm wearing both of these eyeshadow palettes. There's one thing that I wish this eyeshadow palette had is a black, and then this would just be set. This would be like the all-time ultimate holy grail eyeshadow palette for me. So I'm wearing Red Ochre, Veterinarian Red, and because this doesn't have a black, I use the black from the Shade and Light palette just to darken it up and give it kind of like a more smoky effect. So I use the black right there. So I've been really loving these two palettes. Another favourite is this highlighter. Of course I have to include a highlighter in my favourites, even though my last favourites was 2 years ago. I'm pretty sure I probably included a highlighter in that. I've loved highlighters for years and years. Even when highlighters weren't even that big, I was still using highlighters. So the reason why I'm holding it like this because I cracked it, so I don't really want everything to like spread around. But this is the Becca Cosmetics highlighter. It's the one with the collaboration with Jaclyn Hill. It's the Champagne Pop, and it is such a great highlighter. This is one of two highlighters I've got from Becca Cosmetics, and this one is hands down the best highlighter ever. It did crack and it's got some pieces at the bottom. I don't know if you could see or whatever. I've hit pan on this, which it kind of breaks my heart because I know one day it would go. I'm wearing it today as well. It's such a really nice like hit you in the face highlighter, but also at the same time it's kind of like on camera in like photography and whatever, it looks quite not natural, but it gives you quite that healthy glow, if that makes sense. And I just look at it. I love the tone of this. I actually got this when I was in Singapore last year, so it hasn't even been a year yet, and I've used probably like a quarter of this, I'm not gonna lie. I really like highlighters that kind of give you that kind of like pop, that kind of glow. So when I'm wearing a highlighter, I want you to know I am wearing a highlighter. So next next favorite is a foundation, and this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I was quite late in the whole game of the whole Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation kind of thing, because I remember when it was kind of getting big on YouTube and everyone was raving about it in the whole beauty community, and then I didn't really get this until kind of later on, and once I did I was like, I fell in love with this. Like, I've been wearing this foundation I think ever since I started university, around that time at least, and one thing about this, I can never find the right shade for me, which is kind of annoying. Like, I think I've been through 4 or 5 shades of the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, and yeah, and I'm the type of person to use the whole bottle before getting another one because this foundation is expensive, so I'm not gonna let it go to waste. And at the current time I'm in the shade, well, I'm using the shade 3W2 Cashew, but it is kind of, it's a more orangey tone and it's a bit too orangey for me. I mean, the shade wise it is slightly darker, but I don't know if that's because it gives off too much of that like kind of like warm and orange kind of tone. I have tried the shade lighter than this, but that is way too light for me, and then this is a bit too dark for me, so I really don't know where to go. I don't really want to buy 2 foundations and mix them together because who has the money for that? I am using a MAC pump. The only reason why is because this foundation does not come with a pump, which kind of sucks because it's such a great foundation. Also, you're paying a lot for this foundation. I can't remember how much it was, but put a price up on the screen, and it is quite a pricey foundation for it to not come with a pump. Also, it doesn't sell a pump for it. I saw online that you could use the MAC pump, so I ended up buying a pump from MAC. I actually prefer this foundation to a lot of other foundations, like the Giorgio Armani one, which I thought I would love. Plus, it's a very pricey foundation to even like own, and it's the Luminous Silk foundation. I've heard such a rave about this foundation that I thought this would be like the one foundation that I'd use for like special events. But the coverage on this foundation is not as great as the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. Also, me having such an oily face, this doesn't control oil as well as this. This one is actually my favorite foundation for oil control because my face doesn't look as oily as it actually is, or in like other foundations. I mean, like at the end of the day and like throughout the day I would have to blot and everything, but if I was going to wear a different foundation it would be a whole different story. Like, it would be a mess and half of my foundation would be gone on my nose, especially because of the oil produced on my nose. Like, why you gotta do this? It has SPF 10 as well. Not that SPF 10 does much to protect you from the skin, but at least it's something. A downside for like the whole SPF thing is with flash photography in this foundation, you get that white cast, especially for me when I had the lighter shade in this foundation, just the shade lighter, and it was already kind of light for my skin, but you couldn't tell in person. It was mainly when you have flash photography, and you can see my face have that white cast and the rest of my body being not as white as my face. I really love this foundation. Been using it for over a year now and still my top one. And so I want to keep this favorites video quite short. I don't want to include a lot of things, and I just kind of want to get back into doing favorites video basically, but I don't really know what to pick. It was hard to find favorites, but I ended up picking this, which is such a weird favorite to have. But this is a Bun Maker, and I got this from Primark. It was less than £1. I think it was something like 80p or 90p or something like that, and it was nothing. It comes in a packet of 2. I get the small one just because I have long hair, and when I put my hair in a bun. With the big one, I do own the big one as well, it's just a huge bun, and it's just like, it's almost as big as my head. I've been really loving this when my hair does not work out great when it's natural, because my hair is naturally straight, but sometimes when I look in the mirror I'm like, that's not good. And I've been doing that a lot lately, and I've just been like, I've been like having like a high bun with just like, I'll curl like the sides of my hair and I'll just kind of make it semi-messy but not messy. I'll just have a lot of like strands out of the bun and stuff. So I've been really loving this. It's just an easy way to put my hair in a bun. Because my hair is so long but my hair isn't thick or anything, it just kind of looks floppy and it doesn't have any shape to it. It can't even hold a shape to it. My hair's quite on the silky side, so it will just fall out of whatever I'm putting in. So kind of sucks really, doesn't it? But yeah, I've been really loving this, and that's my last, oh, I just licked it. So yeah, that is the last of my favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Also, yesterday I actually dyed my hair at home. I did my own balayage. I just wanted to see how it would turn out. But I usually get it done at a hair salon, but the one I usually go to is busy. Went to another one and they were like, you can only go up to a half a shade lighter for at least £150. And I was just like, I'm gonna call you back inside, okay? I ended up doing it by myself and I'm actually pretty proud of how it turned out. Like, I really like it. But yeah, for a DIY at home, quite great. I actually recorded it if you guys wanted to see a video on it. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.